Most people like to eat meat. It is something, especially fatty meat, that gives people great satisfaction taste-wise. It is something that symbolically is considered the centerpiece of a meal. Meat is also, for many people, a symbol of eating well.
But our love of meat comes with a cost to the climate. It turns out that meat consumption harms the environment and contributes to climate change through the animal agriculture industry.
Domestic livestock generate their own greenhouse gas emissions, such as methane. A vegan diet would require even less animal agriculture, and in so doing would help to further reduce climate change.
Are you a vegetarian?
No, I'm not. I haven't gone as far as my environmental ethos and my logic tells me I should in moving towards a truly vegetarian diet.
So why is this educated, environmentally conscious professor still eating meat?
Any kind of suggestion about reducing meat consumption in the world is going to be not only extremely difficult, but I think practically impossible.
Why could this be? Maybe it has something to do with our habits and how we as a species have eaten since we emerged on the scene.
The evolution of our dietary patterns is still kind of complicated. There are a lot of different opinions about exactly what our ancestors ate. A lot of this has come to the fore as a result of thinking about what has come to be called the paleo diet. What the paleo diet has come to mean in the general population is that you eat a huge amount of meat and you stay away from dairy and you stay away from grains. And that's not what the paleo diet is at all. The paleo diet is really a diet where you consume an enormous variety of plant foods.
Or it could have something to do with our taste buds. One section of our tongue is specifically dedicated to savory tastes, called umami, that we find mostly in meat in America.
A lot of the umami taste comes from glutamate, which is in fact something that you can get in vegetarian-based foods. In Western foods, that particular taste is not as clear-cut and distinct as it is in some East Asian cuisines.
Are you still hungry for meat? Professor Mann has an environmentally friendly solution.
We know, for example, that many societies around the world consume enormous numbers of insects, which happen to be a very healthy source of many vitamins, minerals, good kinds of fat, and animal protein. And indeed, we know that even in biblical times, insects were an important part of the diet, because in the Old Testament, where the food prohibitions that are now followed by Orthodox Jews and Muslims is listed, all kinds of insects are prohibited, along with a lot of other things like shellfish, but locusts and grasshoppers, at least in the translation, those are specifically permitted. Grasshoppers are kosher.